no matter what, government can't work. It actually can't. You think about it. It's a mongrel breed. Maybe a handful of them actually do mean well and want to make a change. But whose change? A change for who? Cubano. Who benefits from the change that they want to make? The people that they talk to? How many people is that? Even if they all meant well, and think about this logically, even if they all meant well, it still can never work. Because they all mean well in a different direction. It'd be like building a Ford motor with Holden, Chrysler, Toyota, Mazda, GMC, every brand you can think, every brand name of car you can think of, every make and model. Trying to build a Ford motor with all unmatching parts, or a Holden, for the Holden guys. It can't work. How the hell is that going to work? Especially, even if elections were a real thing, in a country that's got everybody that wants to go in a different direction. We don't actually have a culture. All we have is a mess. We've never had a culture. Aboriginals, on the other hand, but you know, according to Jacinta Price, it's all bullshit. How's it going to work? It can't work. We are given a system that is failed from the get-go. It's doomed. It's doomed to failure right from the very start. And we argue with each other over... Dan, what are you doing? We argue with each other over the dumbest shit. We don't even know what we want as a collective. It was a cat wrapped up in the doona and then fell off the back of the couch. Can't find your way out now, can you? I'll leave him struggle with that for a minute. He's out. Stupid. Yeah, I think I've got a little abscess coming on. One of my last remaining teeth that I can't wait to get rid of. It's... I wrote this into the paper today. Where are we? Oh, really? Shazam. Letters to the editor. Raving lunatics holier than thou. Palestine, Iran, Ukraine, Palantir, Oracle, Trump, Musk, Ellison, Marinus, Lockheed Martin, data centres, digital ID, ASIO, Amendment Bill number 2, Eurolink, rods of God, 5G to 6G, directed energy weapons used on protesters, alphabet soup genders. The list goes on and on and on. But we mustn't acknowledge God. Oh no, that's crazy talk. You go to a booth, pick up a pencil, get your straw man crossed off the AEC, Australian Electoral Commission roll list, and dead people vote for crazy people who stand there on the idiot box and tell the propaganda gronks genocide is justified, and they just smile and nod. We're told nothing but lies. Oh, but that thing I agree with is true. They're building weapons in the schools. Did you ever stop to consider that weapons might be the children's minds? Maybe they're not being filled with rubbish like we are. Maybe, just maybe, they're learning real history. We know they believe in God and have never actually attacked us. The only foreigners we have ever had trouble with are the ones that government has lumbered us with after destroying their countries. Let that sink in for a minute. So let's all blame the Muslims for what the government has created, shall we? While we're at it, Let's all pretend we live in a democratic country while they dictate legislation after legislation over us. You feel that boot on your neck yet? Well, how about this one? Today's youth has been robbed and then blamed for it. When one points the finger, one must consider the three of their own pointing back at oneself. They have been robbed by greed, lack of consequences, lack of love, government overreach, nobody to come home to after school, no chores and responsibilities, no conflict resolution skills, a trivial education, and many other things that have been thrown out with the bathwater. But two that really bother me is how ignorant people are, so quick to blame them for not having any direction in life after the so-called education system has filled their heads with useless information, and nobody has invested or taken the time to ensure they have the literacy skills to comprehend what they read. If they can read at all, they've not been taught the purpose of green, red, blue and black ink, or the difference between a name, title and logo, or how to write them to differentiate a living man from a business. The difference between a surname and a family name. But the biggest theft they have to endure is only just starting to manifest itself. They have been robbed of their belief of a higher dominion, a higher authority. Someone that we all have to answer to, no matter who. Hence why the courts are backwards and sideways and the police are retarded. They are of the belief that legislation is morality and comes from man, so they ignore their conscience and are easily led astray because they only know what life has taught them. They have not been raised in the path of which that they should go, so as to be able to find it, should they become lost. A criminal looks at today's police and sees an opponent. Even Ice-T said this. This is kind of where I got it from, but he's right. A criminal looks at today's police and sees an opponent. Someone like me sees another kind of criminal. Just another gang. Bureaucracy has created two gangs, cops and robbers. Cops are locking up those who have robbed them of everything that they need to have a successful life, to find success. Everything that is wrong in our lives is because we allowed it to happen. We've allowed it to happen, whether directly or indirectly. Drug addiction, your own fault. We all know about that, don't we? Now here's one that'll fry your bacon. Not that I eat pork. Why do people keep falling over and landing in the pile of crack? Just think about that. Why do addicts get themselves clean and fall back over, straight back into it all the time? Because life without it isn't much fucking better. If at all better. Now that's a fact. That's God's honest fact. The youth of today, what are they meant to do with themselves? No good you, Pauline Hanson and Lee, whinging, bitching, hopping up and down that there's not enough fucking beds in the fucking detention centres. Why are they landing in there in the first place? Are we going to blame Muslims for that? One nation is not the answer. They don't have a pathway forwards, they have a pathway down. A pathway towards us all fighting even worse with one another. They don't have a peaceful resolution whatsoever. All they have is catchphrases and slogans. You see, when we live in a society where you clean your life up, but you still get judged for the life that you're not living anymore, and there's nothing for you on the other side, where's your purpose? Where is your motivation? What do? You spend the rest of your life sitting on the couch looking at the idiot box? Oh, but at least I'm not on drugs. My mental health's not great. I feel like necking up every 10 minutes. No one knocks on my door unless they want something. Probably drugs. How do you stay out of that world? You see, the system don't give a shit about you, or me, or anyone else. They lie and lie and lie under oath, but they never get done for perjury. See, they don't care about whether you can succeed in life or not. All they care is about how you think, what you think, if you think at all. It keeps them in their cushy little positions. It keeps the system that just keeps whacking it over us more and more and more. They don't give a flying fuck about you. You're just a nuisance to them. As long as they can keep you numb dumb and your missus full of cum. Sorry about the crude expression, but that's about it. Barefoot and pregnant, living off the machine, sucking off the tit of government while it devours us. Yeah, no, the system can't work. Government can't work. Logically, it is destined to fail us. Oh, my neck, yeah, crook neck. Real crook. Anyway, gotta go and get some food put in the fridge. God bless you. I mean that.